Hi everyone, this is the demonstrational video of task 2.1p. This task required to display my first name in Morse code by blinking the built-in LED light of Arduino Nano. In hardware we require Arduino Nano, push button and breadboard. Now moving to the software part, we have this code which is uploaded in the Arduino Nano. The variable LED1 is assigned pin number 1 of the built-in LED of the Arduino board. LED built-in is predefined constant that represents the pin number of the built-in LED on most of the boards. Button pin is assigned the pin number 2 in this case where a button is connected. Is button pressed is a boolean variable that will be used to track whether the button has been pressed. Const int maximum mapping max mapping defines the constant name. Maximum mapping with a value of 10 indicate the maximum number of the Morse code mapping that can be stored. Int num mapping holds the current number of the mapping in the Morse mapping array. In this example, it is set to 8 as there are 8 default mappings. Constant char Morse mapping maximum mapping 2 declares a 2D array named Morse mapping. It has maximum size of max mapping row and 2 columns. The array is initialized with a set of default Morse code mapping. Each row contains 2 elements, the character and its corresponding Morse code. The setup function is executed once at the start of the program. Pin mode LED1 output sets the LED pin LED1 as an output. Pin mode button pin input pull up sets the button pin as an input with a pull up resistor enabled. Attached interrupt. This line of the code attaches an interrupt service routine function rest name to the failing edge of the button pin. This function will be called when the button is pressed. Serial Bing 9600 initialize the serial communication with a baud rate of 9600. This is used for communication with a serial monitor. Now let's break down the loop function. Void loop. This is the loop function in the Arduino. It's executed repeatedly after the setup function has finished executing. If is button pressed, this checks if is button pressed flag is true. If it is true, the code inside the curly braces is executed. Rest name calls the rest name function to the rest the LED blinking pattern. Is button pressed is equal to false. Reset the is button pressed flag of to false to prevent continuous resetting of the pattern. The rest of the loop iterates through the Morse code mapping, blinking the LED according to the specified Morse code sequence. Delay 2000 introduces a delay of 2 seconds between words, creating a gap between different words of LED blinking pattern. In the blinking pattern. Now let's break down the main function. Void main function. This is the function where user interact for adding new Morse code mapping takes place. Serial print ln. This sends a message to the serial monitor prompting the user to enter a new Morse code mapping to specified format. While serial.available loop waits until there is an input available for the serial monitor. String input. This line of the code reads the user input until the enter key is pressed. Input trim removes any leading or trailing white spaces from the user input. If input.length is greater than 0, checks if the user enters something. Int in comma index equal to input.index of finds the index of the comma character in the input, separate the character and Morse code. If comma index is not equal to -1, check if a comma was found in the input. String character. This line of the code extract the character from the comma of the this line of the code extract character before the comma. String Morse code extract the character after the comma. This line of the code check if the maximum number of the mapping hasn't been reached yet and Morse mapping. This line of the code adds the character part of the mapping to the Morse mapping array. and serial.print, this line of the code sends the message to the serial monitor confirming the new mapping that has added. And the another serial.print, if the maximum number of the mapping has been reached, this message is sent to the serial monitor. The main function allows the user to add custom Morse code mapping through the serial monitor input following the specified format. If the maximum number of the mapping is reached, the program informs the user that no more mapping can be added. So this is the end of the demonstration video. Thank you.